Welcome to this channel. The channel is for educations and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in the past few videos, I share on the mass of in-depth and comprehensive understanding of Wing Chun, or else it is a disaster. Now, tonight I like to clarify the name of Wing Chun for everybody. Wing Chun is never Weng Chun. Okay, tonight I'm going to clarify this thing with historic evidence. Now, why is this important? It is important because if we do not clarify it, there's no future for Wing Chun. Asia have been living with it for past 130 years of mess. Yes, mess. But nobody do anything with it. And even people who like to do something with it get ignored. For example, in the last interview of Grandmaster Yip Man, he wants to clarify it. But how many people take him seriously? So I'm going to share with you straightforward what it is, because I'm an American, so I can talk straight. Grandmaster Yip Man is a gentleman, traditional Chinese gentleman. So the way he presenting, he talk, as you can see, it is in the ancient Chinese gentleman way. However, I'm not living in Asia. I'm living in the United States of America, an American. So I'm going to point it out. It is time to clear this mess up. Now, I'm sharing this tonight because more technical thing I'm going to reveal to the world. All this, what I'm going to share, is not about Hendrik is the grandmaster know-it-all. It is not. Wing Chun need a future. Wing Chuners need a future. With the way how things run in past 130 years until today, Wing Chun have no future. That's for sure. And I can share with you, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Let's go. Chinese, especially in the past 130 years, if you see in Wing Chun, it always stress something called 真传 in Mandarin, meaning that one have the essence of the teaching, the proper high tech. So everybody will say, well, you know, I'm from this lineage, I have this high tech, you have this lineage, you have this high tech. Everybody is looking for 真传. I'm the most authentic. But guess what? Up to today, Wing Chun couldn't even clearly describe what is Wing Chun as the Japanese judo and karate. Let's face it, what is Wing Chun? You go to say 10 people will tell you 10 different things. But then they copy the same thing, like walking around, or straight line and all this kind of stuff. Is that Wing Chun? The reason why Japanese martial art, judo and karate go to Olympic is because people can clearly present what it is. I mean, who need to go fighting every day for decades on, I am more authentic than you. My Wing Chun is more authentic than your Wing Chun. My Wing Chun is more older than your Wing Chun. And yet, what is Wing Chun? Year ago, you can have somebody who even doing Wuzhu, be able to fake that thing, say that this is Wing Chun and people accept it. This is how bad it is. So this is the judo, this is karate. Now, if you want the Zhen Chuan, have the really proper teaching or essence of the teaching, by who? Jigoro Kono. Okay, the founder of judo, Jigoro Kano. Okay, or in karate, Mas Oyama. You want to be like that, okay? If you have the real technical essence. Now, the Chinese know. Those who have the real technical essence of it, have the Jian Di, okay? Jian Di, which is the comprehensive and in-depth understanding of that art. You ask Mas Oyama, what is karate? He can tell you. You ask Jigoro Kano on what is judo? He can tell you. You ask their student, they can tell you what it is. And in fact, they can have their own view technically, but they do not run away from the core. Okay. So look at like a judo. How is Kano and all this thing, Jigoro Kano and all after he found and so forth, the judo spread and get to the Olympic, and you can know that today's BJJ is an offspring of that. You need to know that Jigoro Kano when they start judo and so forth, he is the person who go overseas and study many different things. Not sitting in the opium den, talking, okay? They work hard in their dojo. Not sitting and laying down in the opium den's bed and talk about Wing Chun. And not also go talking in some place on Wing Chun is Weng Chun, Weng Chun is Wing Chun, those kind of stuff, and have no idea what is going on. So compare with the Japanese, you don't have the clarity, you don't have the Jian Di, and that's what Wing Chun end up today. No. So the first thing need to solve now, in order to have everybody have a future, everybody in Wing Chun. Notice I said Wing Chun, not other style, Wing Chun. to have a future is we need to straighten out this Wing Chun name stuff. A mess for past 130 years. Get rid of it. Or else we will not be able to be like a judo or karate, that sharp, that clear, and everybody is well respected. It doesn't matter which lineage you are. As soon as you have the comprehensive, in-depth understanding, you have developed the Kung Fu, we respect everybody. But until we get this Wing Chun, Weng Chun stuff, this is the first thing, which is toxic, the mind out. You have no way to go, but spiral in nonsense. So everything today is full of stories, but no GND. Full of story, but no comprehensive, in-depth understanding. That's how serious it is in Wing Chun. Okay? And of course, when you don't have GNT, people is going to bully at you. Because you don't have anything to support you. So tonight I want to share with you. Wing Chun is solid. Now, in the past video, I'm sharing that it's just the Yi Kamyangma itself. You have the 3 levels of development. Your body posture, your breathing, and your be able to do the recovery. The body posture, the breathing, or the aerobic base, or the and the recovery. Just the first Yi Kamyangma, you have to develop that. If you don't develop that, you will never understand what is the proper breathing in fighting by the Shaolin sword strike. You want to compare with the today's sports science MMA, where people know that posture, proper posture is important, breathing is important, intra-abdominal pressure is critical to handle the core and so forth. How are you going to face them? If you develop the 3 levels of Kung Fu of Yi Kamyangma, you know the proper posture, you know the deep abdominal breathing, which is aerobic base, which is have to do with the both the maximum breathing intake and the intra-abdominal pressure, and then you go up to the 3rd level, which is you know how to do recovery. You know you can face today's sport science face to face. Even though Wing Chun is 160 years old, since 1850, it passed with the today's sports martial arts in handling the breathing, handling the intra-abdominal pressure, handling the core stability or torso stability. Without that, how are you going to face any today's sports martial arts? You just don't have the body, you don't have the breathing, you don't have the body, you don't have breathing, you don't have the recovery to do the job. Face it. Not to mention that you'll not be able to do what the ancient presenting. So it's just in the past YouTube, the last YouTube I shared. Do your Yi Kamyangma, develop that so that you can face the world or you keeping mind power lifting your anus, straighten your spine, and completely off topic from the reality in today's sports. It's very basic. You don't have the development. So if you want to talk about the real authentic teaching, you want to talk about the in-depth comprehensive understanding and make it this clear as judo and karate, well, one better really know all these things technically. So just a single Iji Kamyongma of Wing Chun be able to face what we have today and more, because we have recovery, okay, which is I have shared in the past 2 videos with scientific measurement and tracking and verifications. Now, I don't mind to share all this technical thing, but today, the Wing Chun, Weng Chun stuff must be solved. Weng Chun must go, okay? Weng Chun must go out from Wing Chun here on. At least in the United States of America, in the history, for the Chinese culture, for the Wing Chun culture, Weng Chun must go. There is no room for it. So, like for example, you always have seen this type of stuff. Weng Chun, eternal spring and beautiful spring are from the same source. Feng Xiu Qing, call it eternal spring. Yip Man call it beautiful spring, okay? And then say, please note that a period of time, Yip Man also used character eternal. Zhu Zhongman said, no, there is no the yin side, so it's eternal. And Yip Man said there is a yin side, which is praise spring, Wing Chun, okay? You know what is this? This is speculation without any evidence at all. And I'm going to prove to you. And of course, we cannot blame people who say this. Why? It is a victim of victims. For past 130 years, it's a mess. People copy words and then using, say, oh, my Sifu say this, this guy say this, Yip Man say this, Zhu Zhongman say this, Feng Xiu Qing say this. Are they God? Are they the founder of Wing Chun? Of course, this is not. They do not represent Wing Chun at any way. Because Wing Chun is a culture of Chinese. It is a Chinese history. Yip Man call it praise spring, which is Wing Chun. Zhu Zhongman say, no, there is no yin side, so it's Weng Chun. Well, what is Zhu Zhongman got to do with Wing Chun anyway? Okay. Now, let's get into the history, the writing. Today is a different world. There are information flowing around. This type of talk, that's why I said, after tonight, after you watch this video, cut it off once for all, or else you're asking for trouble for yourself. So this is from a dictionary. Dictionary sensagate.com, okay? So I took this because the information is all around, right? Let's start with this. There are 3 things which is we need to clean up for Wing Chun once for all. Number one, we need to stop using those burning of Shaolin, Jisim, Mui stuff. As Tang Hao 100 years ago already said that, what the heck are you guys doing? Those are fictions. It is not a real thing, not the real Shaolin. Somebody create the story, fictions, and you go keeping spin around with it with all this burning of Shaolin and all this thing. So there's number one. The second thing is the eternal hall in the Fujian Shaolin Temple. Eternal hall. One better know what is Zen, what is Buddhism, to say that there's an eternal hall, eternal spring hall, eternal spring hall in Fujian Shaolin. The third thing is Feng Xiu Cheng. The third thing is Feng Xiu Cheng. So there are three things there. Why is this get stuck? Wait for me 1 second. So there are three things there. The first thing is the story of Mui, Jisim, which is fiction. The second is, are you sure that that is a hall in Fujian Shaolin, which has the name of Eternal Spring? The third thing is Feng Xiu Cheng is never a Wing Chun ancestor. So stop to put it in the Wing Chun, okay? Now let's go for it. So this is today's document. It said, as it says, okay, there's a Wing Chun Hall, Ever Spring Hall in Fujian Shaolin Temple. And he said here, okay, today's people are smart, okay? They are no longer those people who just take everything you say. Have not verified by evidence. So he said that there is a Eternal Spring Hall in Shaolin Temple in Fujian. And here, this is according to say stories, legend. But he said that he put a note there, never been proved. And then he said that the Eternal Spring Hall at that time, the airport is Jisim. Here is said again, it have not been proven by evidence. Now, we know all this Jisim stuff, and then there are Jisim here, and then it's Feng Seiyok, and then this is Wei Qin. All this is the character of the Shaolin fiction, which is pointed out 100 years ago by Tang Hao, okay? So that Shaolin, sorry, that is living in the fiction, not in the reality. Now, when you are basing things on fiction, how are you going to get the real teaching? How are you going to be able to characterize things like judo and karate clear? How were you going to get the comprehensive details understanding? Well, fiction, what can you do? Okay. So if you follow fictions for 130 years, you're still not knowing that you need to have a proper posture to get proper breathing, and proper breathing to get the proper intra-abdominal pressure, and thus you'll not be able to handle your core stability, your torso stability. How are you going to move your body? So there's fiction, okay? If you follow fiction, you'll be here say, he say, I say, she says, okay? So number one, get rid of those jisim mui stuff. The second thing is this eternal spring hall. Are you sure that, are you serious that there's an eternal spring hall in Shaolin Temple? So this is in the Wikipedia, like okay, so this is a wiki, like the Wikipedia. You say that, oh, Wing Chun, this is Shaolin Wing Chun kid, okay? Wing Chun is named from the Fujian Shaolin Wing Chun Hall, okay? And Wing Chun Hall, or the Eternal Spring Hall, is one of the hall in the Shaolin Temple teaching the martial arts. Are you sure that you know what is Zen? Or Zen is the ancient Chinese saying, Tang Dynasty, the Japanese using it Zen. Today, the Chinese call it Chan. Okay. The bottom line of Chan is phenomenon raised from cause and condition. It is emptiness. It is emptiness. Okay. So this is where it's from. It is from a Buddha Dharma. Okay. It is from 中观，因缘所生法，我说这是空。Okay, so that's the base of the Buddha Dharma. The entire Buddhism, okay, the entire Buddha's teaching is based on that. Based on what? Phenomenon raised from cause and condition. It is emptiness. So emptiness means it is phenomenon raised from cause and condition. Now, are you out of your mind to call the hall in the Shaolin Temple, which is a Zen temple teaching phenomenon rise from cause and condition is emptiness? You get the name, a hall called Eternal Spring. Hello, sir. Buddha's teaching is everything is impermanent because it is just phenomenon raised from cause and condition. It is, you want to talk about Zen, it is about emptiness. So how the world is that you call a hall Eternal Spring Hall? You know it's bogus, okay? You know who made this thing up do not understand Buddhism, do not understand Zen, or do not understand Chan. So the first thing I just share with everybody, like as Tang Hao said 100 years ago, stop those using fiction as reality. 知心唔會北美刀人 and 風死肉 fighting others, and then you get this. You go there, you will never be able to know what is the in-depth comprehensive of the martial art. Why? Because those are fiction. And none of those people know what it is. None of those writers know what it is. because it's just fiction. The second, eternal spring hall. Drop that. That is nothing to do with Buddha's teaching. You are not going to go to a place where teach you everything is impermanent. It is phenomenon rise from cause and conditions, which is called emptiness. To have a room, a hall where everybody practice martial art called eternal spring hall. Okay. So drop that, sir. It got nothing to do with Buddhism or Buddha's teaching. In fact, it is opposite of what the Buddha taught. So if you want to say, oh, my Wing Chun is from Zen, is from Bodhidharma. Are you sure, sir? Bodhidharma didn't tell you about eternal. Bodhidharma told you about impermanence. Okay, Bodhidharma teach you phenomenon rise from cause and condition. It is emptiness. That is emptiness. So phenomenon rise from cause and condition means emptiness. They define it that way. So the second thing, drop the so-called eternal spring hall. The third thing, Feng Xiu Cheng here. Okay, so it's a mention about Feng Xiu Cheng. And he said that Feng Xiu Cheng here know San Kam, Lok Kam, have a very good Kung Fu. And he really admire him. And then he go to the Red Boat and become San Kam's student. Guess what? There's a remark here. At the time of Feng Xiu Cheng and San Kam Lok Kam, that is 1870. That is on the Gongzhao's 8 Harmonies Associations. That is not 1850s Fat San's Fine Jade. Okay, and here also it said that when Lima Mao uprising in 1850, that place in Fat San has been closed down. So he said that this person who tell the story, no, I don't want to name the name because there's no point to attack people here. He is wrong. So today people know, okay, you don't mess around BSing because people are going to check your history, okay? And that's why I present so many times. There are a lot of people who is fan of Xi Xiaodong looking into history. You better be watch out, okay? So the Feng Xiu Cheng stuff, let's make it clear, okay? This is Feng Xiu Cheng, a Qing official living in 1870s, learning Wing Chun after 1870s, okay? As if you can see from here, the remark here, okay? This is not what I say, people found out, okay? So, who he worked for? So, Feng Xiu Cheng's Sifu is Lok Kam, is San Kam, and he is officials working under this Qing official. And this Qing official is the guy who is fighting the anti-Qing. So you can read here, you can find the web. You can find this in Baidu. This is Li Manmao, the guy who stopped the uprising from the Fatsan Fine Jet Associations. Li Manmao, okay, who associate with Taiping, who is the anti-Qing. Okay, and then you can see here, you say 1854, and describe all kind of stuff. So it is time to drop the Feng Xiu Cheng say this, Feng Xiu Cheng say that like this. Feng Xiu Cheng call it eternal spring. Yip Man call it beautiful spring. And then Zhu Zhongman call it this no yin, meaning eternal spring. So, you guys can be in other martial art, which is I'm not going to comment on, but for Wing Chun, please leave us alone, okay? Li Manmao is with us. We are belong to the Li Manmao group. We got nothing to do with Qing. In fact, the boss of Feng Xiu Cheng is the one who betrayed Sida Kai of Taiping, Tianguo, after they have an agreement, okay? Zheng Guofan. So this is in Zheng Guofan side. This is on Taiping side. So here on, ask the questions. Is the root of your art, is Wing Chun Qing or anti-Qing? Sorry, no Feng Xiu Cheng. He is not anti-Qing. He is Qing official. So are you from 1850s or are you from 1870? So stop to give me this. Feng Xiu Cheng is the student of Lok Kam, and then they are in the red boat. And how is that match up with the year on the 1850 and 1870? It's 20 years apart. Ba Wo Wei Gun, or the Eighth Harmony in Gongzhou, is actually a Qing support opera house. Kenghua in the Fatsan is an anti-Qing. So the third thing, as what I said, Feng Xiu Cheng must go for Wing Chun. There's no room for Feng Xiu Cheng in Wing Chun. What does it contribute anyway? How is Feng Xiu Cheng know what is Wing Chun? Feng Xiu Cheng is not an anti-Qing. Feng Xiu Cheng come later on. Okay. So this three things, it is really deadly. Using a fiction burning of Shaolin to call that there's the root, the source of Wing Chun. The second, thinking the eternal is the name of Wing Chun. And eternal is from the eternal spring hall of Shaolin Temple. Sorry, sir, that never exists because nobody will tell you eternal if he's a real Buddhist, especially in Shaolin, okay? The third thing is Feng Shui Cheng is a Qing. He's not anti-Qing. Got nothing to do with my ancestor. Okay. These three things must be clear out. Why? If you keeping get this three things to block you, you will never see things clearly. And yet, notice that right now people always put a note here. They even say that this person is wrong when this person is talking about Feng Shui Cheng and Lục Cam. Okay. Now, there's one other thing I want to share with you. Over here, there's a story saying that, oh, at the uprising of Li Man Mao, so he got that right, that part right. The Li Man Mao, remember? Our ancestor, Li Man Mao, he got that right. And he said that due to try to avoid problem, so one changed the eternal to praise, until the end of the Qing dynasty. So meaning that after Li Man Mao had the uprising and the King Hua was destroyed and so forth, people no longer using the eternal, but using the praise spring. Because this person is also here copying that story of that is eternal spring hall in Fujian, Shaolin, and then you have the G-Sim, all sort of stuff. Okay, just following that three, the Shaolin fictions and the doesn't make sense Buddhism. Okay. And then here he said that, so at the end of the Qing dynasty, then it get back to the eternal spring. And he said that in the Red Boat, the disciple have the, in the disciple, that is a person who play the female role, actor who play the female role. Okay, he was named as the Wing Chun, eternal spring lady. And this eternal spring ladies passing his Wing Chun, eternal spring martial art to Wang Hua Po. Okay, and then Liang Yi Tai, and then Liang Zhan, and there's eternal spring. Well, sorry. It is not that term which is important. Because disregard, you use any term, you have to have the salutations. Remember, Li Man Mao, these are all anti-Qing. At that time, at the uprising, everybody have the gesture or the salutation, which is present their identity in the anti-Qing group. Now, if you want to say that, oh, after the burning of the fine jade after Li Man Mao, people are using the praise, not using the eternal. And then only later in the Qing dynasty, people reuse the eternal because at that time they want to avoid problem. Please show me your identity and your salutations. If you are in a circle, you have the identity, you have the salutations. The secret salutations, okay? Even today, you can trace that thing. Now, get it real? This is the salutations at Liman Mao time. This is recording in the Xiu Lin Tao 1850s classic. Okay? The person who sent this thing down do not write about Wing Chun, but Wing Chun. Why? Because Wing is praise or singing. Chun is opera, drama. Wing Chun Queen means the martial arts of those who sing opera, playing opera. In other words, is the actor. Okay? You can find this in the Shanghai Dian Chun Tang. Dian Chun meaning selecting which play, which drama, which opera you want to see. So we know why it is called Wing Chun. Wing Chun is because it is just a martial arts of the martial art of the opera people. And they do join in the uprising. They have the salutations. So sorry, not all the speculation. You mix this, you put this together, and then you make another story up. So whoever say, oh, before is a try just to avoid the Manchurian, the Qing official, do not want to get into trouble, so we change the name to praise, from eternal to praise spring. It's not valid. Because we do have the salutation today. We know what it is mean, Wing Chun, Queen. The art, the martial art of those who sing the opera. It is a simple thing. But when you go, you always want to mix it with the burning of Shaolin. That is where things get complicated. Okay? That's where it gets complicated. And right now, as you see that all those assumptions of Shaolin, Wing Chun is from Jisim, and eternal spring and beautiful beautiful spring or praise spring are from the same source, meaning Jisim. Forget about it. Those are just fiction. Okay. Feng Xiu Cheng is Qing. Feng Xiu Cheng is not anti-Qing. Feng Xiu Cheng do not live at the time of when our ancestors fighting the Qing and sacrifice for the people of the Canton. And there are no such thing as in the Buddhist temple teaching about eternity, eternal spring, when the entire teaching of Buddha is impermanent. That's the bottom line. So today people look into it. Today we know what is the Buddhism stuff. We know what is the history. We know the salutations. What group is this belong to? Which is, as this say that, male play female role. This is male play female role. But it comes with a salutation, not, and the salutation do not say it's eternal spring. Instead, it's saying that this is the martial art of those who sing opera. So this is what I want to leave to you, okay? Of course, everybody can do whatever they want. But what is my goal? This is the Olympic infograph. For heaven's sake, it is better that we get this thing this clear. Or else, even the Chinese, as at here, keeping saying that it is not proven, or Jisim is not proven. Tang Hao said, hey man, what are you guys using? Fictions. And then here on this eternal spring hall, it is also said not proven. So remember, I'm here talking about Wing Chun, not other style, okay? Whatever other people want to do with their style, everything, that's their problem. There's their freedom. Wing Chun, get rid of those jisim mui, all those story. You make one, I make one tomorrow, and then you get very busy making more movie, okay? The second, the teaching of Zen is impermanent. Phenomenon is just caused by the cause and conditions. That is the teaching of the emptiness, okay? Not those eternal, that stuff. The third thing, Feng Shui Ching is Qing, he's not anti-Qing. What is it got to do with Wing Chun? 1850, when we have the Xiu Lim Tao, 0, okay? And Lục Cam is in the 1870. Lục Cam is not in the time of Lei Man Mao, 1850. So Lục Cam and San Cam got nothing to do with our ancestor who fought the Qing along with Hong Sinh Choi Lei Fat. Okay. The fourth, stop to saying that, after the Li Man Mao uprising, because we don't want to get trouble with the Qing officer, we change our name from Eternal to Praise Spring. And then, the guy who teach Wang Wabo is a male who play female role. We know today exactly the salutations of that group where the male play female role. Clearly, we know the hand gesture, anti-Qing. We know Wing Chun means the martial art of those who sing the opera. It has to be this clear. Okay? And so I'm putting here because I'm going to release more technical stuff. If you cannot take that, you're going to get problem because you get confused. You don't know what is the truth now. If you if you try keeping saying that when I learn Buddhism, I want to learn this eternal stuff. How are you supposed to learn anything eternal in the Buddha's teaching, where the entire thing is impermanent? Not to mention, many of this story, as in writing or in YouTube is targeted towards Grandmaster Yip Man. It is targeted Grandmaster Yip Man. Like here, he said that this is implicitly say Yip Man, Wing Chun, Yip Man's praise springs martial art is come later. Okay, this is implied that Yip Man's Wing Chun is the later, is from later on. Okay. So in Hong Kong, it is a history now that somebody is targeting Yip Man. I'm not saying that Grandmaster Yip Man is superhuman being and he's always right. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, hey, you know, you want to give a proper credit to those who have credit. Period. And also stop to using Chinese history and Chinese culture for your own purpose to destroy things. Why do I have to accept that you guys screwed up Wing Chun? Do I care even like Hong Xiu Cheng or San Kam in front of me today? I'm going to throw the entire history for him saying that this is history and this is Wing Chun. Stop messing around with it. Why? Because I'm American, okay? I don't buy all this nonsense. Only this way, as what I shared with you the other day, E.G. Kam Yong Ma, you better develop the better proper posture, your breathing, so that you can have a good aerobic base, intra-abdominal pressure, and then you'll be able to do the recovery. Or else, how are you going to face today's sports science? Who have more internal than you? How can your lifting angle, straightening spine, mind power facing the today's aerobic base and the intra-abdominal pressure and the core stability and torso stability training scientifically? If you cannot face that, that means the game is over, because that is your body strength conditioning. So you want Wing Chun to go down to the tube right now by believing all this, you know, burning of Shaolin, Jixim, Muin, all the story, and then the eternal spring hall, and then Feng Xiu Cheng, and all mess the entire thing up. But nobody tell you that, hey, if you face today's sports martial arts, you better to get your breathing proper, your aerobic base proper, your low, your abdominal pressure proper, your posture proper, and your torso and core stability proper. That's the very basic. So this is what I like to share with you. I know I released this in America. Worldwide, there's a lot of people don't like it, but so be it. Why? Hey, stop complain, okay? The Chinese always complain that the Japanese changed the history of the invasion of China, complaining about the Japanese. Now I'm complaining, why do you guys changing the Chinese history? You are Chinese, you change the Chinese history. And you end up screw up Wing Chun, screw up the ancestors, screw up all the people. It is about culture. It is about Chinese culture, Chinese history. It is about proper. It is not about me as a grandmaster, as I shared with you just now in the writing there, Wikipedia and everything. People start to see that. So what is the point to drag Wing Chun down for one's own selfish agenda? So, like many people saying that, well, why do I defend Grandmaster Yip Man? Well, I don't like many things Grandmaster Yip Man do, but whenever he's right, I have to say he's right. He do champion and do his best to defend Wing Chun. Or else, why do he have to tell everybody, say, sir, Wing Chun is not Weng Chun? Please tell the world. Again, how many years? 1973, now is 2022. 50 years passed. Did people listen? Or they create more stories? Look at the YouTube. So today, I want to put this thing to the end, once for all. If you love Wing Chun, you are Wing Chuners, all those stuff, you need to let go tonight. As for other style like the Shaolin Wing Chun, I have never complained anything about it. They can do whatever they want. It's not my business. But nobody have right to screw Wing Chun. As we don't go out to screw Shaolin Wing Chun or other martial arts. The bottom line is we want to be as clear as karate or judo, which we can present in Olympic. Why not Wing Chun in Olympic? Why not? If judo can be in Olympic, why not Wing Chun in Olympic? The future is not about who is the grandmaster like the Kung Fu movie. Can you get into Olympic? You need a lot of people you want to go to Olympic. You need a lot of elite in Wing Chun in order to go Olympic, to work together. You need to develop a lot of future elite. And the first step for that is settle on the solid ground of the history and science. It is not about Hendrik Santo. I'm 60 something, my year is gone already. Okay? Most of my Sifu passed before 60. But the future generation need to have a future, okay? And I'm not going to take a Qing official to be my anti-Qing because people die, okay? Read about General Su Kai of the Taiping. Read about Li Man Mao. Those are good people for the people. They fight for the people of Canton. So why do I have to bow to a Feng Xiu Cheng who got nothing to do with me? And who did not have the Kung Fu, which is I'm going to share with you guys. Okay. Just the very simple beginning, I can share with you that why is in past 130 years, all this mess up. So is really Hong Xiu Cheng know anything about it? No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what is in the 1850. Does San Kam know? Well, you look at Hong Xiu Cheng, if she doesn't know, that means San Kam doesn't know. Now, I'm not saying that Hong Xiu Cheng is no good or San Kam is no good. I say that it's like one guy practice karate, another guy practice judo. If you never practice judo, don't be expert in judo, okay? You are not. And your student must not to say, oh yeah, I know because my teacher practiced karate, then he is the expert of the judo too. So this is a straight talk sharing put in the YouTube here, okay? I'm not against anybody, but disregard of its Chinese culture, Japanese culture, Korean culture, Jewish culture, German culture, American culture, Indian culture. Nobody should mess around with it because of our own agenda. And of course, on another way, On another side, we want to forgive those who do not understand and step into this. We cannot blame people. So this video is to clarify all these things, not to blame anybody, but to tell those who have agenda, hey, get out from Wing Chun, okay? This is not the place you play. We in America have the data. And we're going to go next time technically to share with you what is this thing is about in details. Guarantee you never know about this. And guarantee it is scientific.